All right, I just brought this home. My dogs are giving it its approval of the sniff test. But I just picked up my new to me canoe that I want to rebuild this winter. It's a 12-foot canoe, super duper light fiberglass. And I am super excited to make this my winter project. You can see there's got some patches in it before. There's one there, one there. There's another one. I don't remember where I saw it. Oh yeah, right here. And one there. And I'm gonna take those out and redo them. There's no seats in it, so I'm gonna get some seats, and I'm gonna try to make my own yoke over the winter. But this is my new to me canoe. Super excited to refurbish this. So, step one, purchase a canoe. Check. Okay, project one was to make the sawhorses to start the actual project. This is my winter project, guys. This is my canoe that I purchased for $200. And as you can see, it needs work. And I like work. I like making things my own. So I'm going to give it a try. I've never done anything like this before, but I can't make it any worse, right? So I have this canoe. I think the guy said it was 12 feet. Looks about 12 feet. And yeah, it's been patched before. The outside camouflage paint on here I don't think is marine paint, and I think you can see these deep cracks in it. That's from weather. It's like just, I could literally pick it off. You can see they've patched it before, but there are some new spots. This here is new. Looks like it's been banged around. So I'm going to have to get that out, and this one right beside it. So you can see both of these here. It looks like it was maybe snow, because I don't think this thing was ever taken inside. This is getting a little thin. Inside there are no seats, and there is no yoke. And I'm going to be designing those myself too. It's all part of making it mine. So as I see, you can see the holes where the seats are supposed to go. And here's the bow. Same thing. It's bad, but it's not as bad as the back. So a little bit of fiberglass touch up on here should be okay. So to get started, I purchased these. I bought two of them because I thought, why not? They weren't very expensive. Just some masks because it's fiberglass, right? And this one here says it's good for fiberglass. So I got two of these. And I also picked these up from Tooltown. Good price for them. So in this pack, I'm going to start with the 80. I was told, well, I wasn't told. I was watching YouTube. Everything I'm doing is off of YouTube. To start with 80. So I'm going to start with 80. In this pack, there's 9. And there's, if you can see here on this small print, there's 3 80 grit, there's 3 120 grit, and then there's 3 180 grit. And I heard from a gentleman, actually a young lady that bought a canoe, and her and her dad did it. They finished off with a 220. And I happen to have these two from a different project. So we'll give it a go. So far, invested in this canoe, $200. The stuff I had laying around the house made my sawhorses. This was $8. These were $6 each at the Pines Hardware in Kekabeka. And I already owned the sander. So let's get started on the sanding part. And let's see how much work I got. Alright, so you can see I'm sanding this down fairly nicely. But I get to this spot over here, and this black stuff isn't paint at all. This black stuff is Flex Seal. It's rubber, so it's melting. It's not sanding off. So, I don't know. I'll have to look up and find out. Can I just go right over top of that? Or, I don't know what to do here. I'm going to have to talk to some guys that I work with. Or find something on YouTube. But anyway, it's coming off pretty good. As you can see, the original color was blue. And here's that crack that I found. So, not that bad actually. I thought it was bigger. And then this one here is pretty good. And then here's the boss. She's telling me I got to do more work. And this is actually pretty good. But this back one here, I noticed, I think it was starting to harden. The what is that, resin or something? I think this was starting to harden when they put it off because there's quite a lip here. So I'll do my best to get it off. But so this is the second sanding disc on the one side. But like I said, that back end, see this end here, I thought it was kind of weird because it kept gumming up my sander. And then when I got to the back, it was actually, I could pull on it. So I don't think that's paint. So as you can see here, I don't know. It's not going to be a perfect boat, but it's going to be mine. And I'm going to work my best on it. Okay, so it's kind of one side almost done. I'm going to need way more sanding discs. I'm not going to bring it all the way down to the blue on everything. I'm just going to get rid of the scratches and stuff. You can see the scratches. There's a little hole here. You can see the scratches are into the blue. So, some of them anyway. But again, this could be weather cracking. But it doesn't go through, eh? So, maybe I'll get a gel coat. I just don't want to make it too heavy because it's for me to carry by myself. I think I'm going to have to circle all these so I can remember where they are. But not that bad. It's coming around. I don't know. Maybe I'll just come up to here and then just stop. Because this is all solid. And I'll just paint over it. Maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know, thinking out loud. Alright. That's for that. Okay guys, so I just came back from Canadian Tire where I picked up this kit. It's marine fiberglass repair kit. In the kit you get this can of resin, polyester resin, this little tube of liquid hardener, this little scraper thing, and 6 feet of actual fiberglass, the instructions. I also picked up this roller because I watched a gentleman online said that it's easier to paint a little bit or like dab a brush and then roll it flat. So I'm going to try that. He also said to leave the ends frayed. And I've actually heard a few people say to fray the ends a bit for better adhesion. I also picked up this marine paint. I opted to go with the navy blue. They had red and yellow and what was it? Deck gray. I don't know. I think navy blue will be nice. The canoe was once blue, so let's just stay true to that, I guess. And I picked up some paintbrushes. So that was my purchase from the Canadian Tire. So now I'm going to cut out my pieces before I get anything else started. Okay guys, this is my first attempt at fiberglass repair. So, as you can tell, I'm not a pro, but I think I did a pretty good job for my first attempt. All you fiberglass people out there, don't be throwing me no shade, okay? I'm just trying. Anyway, I am really surprised at how quick this hardened. Like when people say, oh, you got to go quick because it hardens. Man, they are not kidding. So this is the crack, the main crack that I had here. That is the one that I really wanted to go after, and I had another secondary crack right beside it. I think that's from a snow load on here. So that's done. That was my first patch. Then I had a couple little pinholes here that I wanted to take care of. And this is all the top of the canoe, or actually the bottom. The bottom of the canoe was all really, like this sucker was dragged around at one point. So I redid the whole top here. And this is already pretty hard. This is where my mistakes took place. I have a couple bubbles here. this one here, and this one here. But this one here is the one I'm a little worried about because it's a pretty big bubble and I can press on it still. So I think what I might have to do is slice this and then put some more epoxy on it. I don't know. I'll ask one of my guy friends at work because they like the one guy I work with, he does a lot of this. So, and then there's this part here too. I accidentally went over this first piece. This isn't one piece, it was two because I didn't want to have bubbles. And that didn't work. So there's a couple things I need to do here. But you want to know what? I'm pretty happy with my first attempt. I still have some resin and fiberglass left over. So the extra, you can see here, I just started just laying it down on wherever I saw like drag marks or anything. But that's a good slice right there. That's already nice and hard. And this was the other crack. So the one on the other side that I had already showed you, this is the sister crack on the other side. That's right here. Definitely not as bad as that one. But again, needed to be addressed. So that one was my important one to do too. And this is going to toughen up too. Once I get the yoke and the chairs in, I think this will be better. This was another really bad drag mark here. But it's done. And I'm pretty happy. I have a little bit left over. So a couple of those bubbles, like there's a bubble there. I don't know. Should I be worried about that? I think when I sand it, but I don't know. Like, I'm pretty happy with my first attempt at fiberglass repair. So I guess that's all that really matters, and I'll live and learn, right? So I have this piece left out of the 6 feet. But this is enough to help me do a couple other things if I need to. I have some on the inside that I might try to fix up. There's one spot. Anyway, there it is, guys. My first attempt at the fiberglass repair. The only thing I can share moving forward past this is when they say you got to move quick and don't make big batches, they're not kidding. Make small batches, buy a ton of little paintbrushes from the dollar store. Don't go spend like $7 or $8 for a paintbrush because you literally have like 10 minutes to get that sucker down. And then it's turning into a gel. And then after the gel, it's just like slime, like the kids' slime, like my daughter's, but it stinks. So anyway, this is it, guys. There we go. Okay, so I'm starting with the painting today. So this is what the blue is going to look like. This is marine blue. It says it's navy blue, but to me it looks like almost like a denim. But I got this far right now. I got still lots of sanding and stuff to go. You can see that there's a pretty good lip there, and I'll work on that as I go. Like I said, this is my first time, but I like that color blue. So we'll see how it goes. So I am following a direction of a gentleman I saw online where he goes like this, and he takes a paintbrush and he puts a big glob on, and then he takes this nice roller and he rolls everything out. And it looks a lot better. So I'm going to continue that and see how much I get done. All right, I gotta go. Busy day.